Yo, this is crazy. Based on some of the comments in the comment section of my last video, some of you all truly believe that I actually moved to South Florida, excuse me. And that I've moved away from South Charlotte. And that's far from the furthest truth. The reality of it is that I came down here to check things out, and if it just so happened, that, Florida is a good move, then I'll make the move. But I'm not done checking out other cities. I'm just not. I'm not done checking out any other cities and states. That this is the beginning, really, it's not even the beginning of the summer. This is closing of the spring, and the beginning of the summer, like around June. I have more places to go to. But for now, I'm here in South Florida and I'm doing my homework. I'm going around, the grocery stores. They got Wawa, Publix, what's the other one? Sedanos, Sedanos, and then regular Whole Foods, Target, Super Target, Walmart, etc. You understand? So I'm going around. I'm looking at food prices. I'm comparing, South Florida food prices to Charlotte. I'm looking at the gas prices. I'm looking at the housing market. I'm looking at everything. And for now, for what little that I've seen, for the amount of days that I've been down here, the stuff that y'all are saying in the comment section don't make sense. Like, some of you all are like, yo, South Florida is mad expensive, and look at the housing market, and inflation, and it's just not the good time to move, and this and that and so forth, and blah 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 blah. Well, based according to you all, and I said this in several videos, inflation is unavoidable. The housing market is unavoidable. Why? Because these things, high gas prices, unavoidable. Why? Because these things are not just going on in South Florida, but they're going on everywhere. Straight up. And I just would have thought that you all would have had way more positive comments on the video that I did of me being in South Florida than you all had negative. And that's crazy to me, because the biggest reasons why I actually shared a piece of my life with you all, of being down here in Florida and in the process of relocating to a different city and state, is to inspire you, to motivate you, and to know that y'all turned what I felt as though would inspire and motivate you into a shit show. I'm disappointed. I'm not even lying. But how can I be but so much disappointed? How can I be but so much disappointed knowing that a lot of times what people do in the comment section of the videos that I do is they shove their insecurities on me. So it's like a lot of people have said, man, you ain't gonna be able to live there. It's too expensive. It's this, it's that, and so blah, 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 blah. Well, do you know how much I make a year? Do you know exactly what I do? Do you know the type of lifestyle that I live? Do you know anything about me aside from what I've told you all? You see what I'm saying? If Pretty Ricky were to say something about my move, I would take it from him, because he knows a little bit about my life. But you all don't know nothing. So when I hear people say, you ain't gonna move, and you can't do this, and you can't do that, and it's too expensive, and this and that, I look at it like, yo, all they doing is just pushing, shoving their insecurities on me. Why? Because they know they're not capable of doing it. And if they know that they're not capable of doing it, hey, for some odd mysterious reason, they for surely know that I'm incapable of doing it. That plain and simple. So let me let you in on a little secret. You see, there's always going to be something. There's always going to be a war. There's always going to be inflation. There's always going to be, the political parties warring with one another. And out of all this stuff, high gas prices, hydrofracking, we seem to forget about that. How they're poisoning our waters, right? Our water system, our drinking water system. And I thought we had something in place to keep us, safe, called a Safe Drinking Act. Anyway, it's like no matter what, there's always going to be something that's going to stop you from moving. It's not going to be me. I'm not going to allow any type of obstacle to get in my way. I will identify it. I would definitely try to give a solution to the problem. But for the most part, I'm not going to allow any type of obstacle to get in my way when I'm focused on my life at the age that I'm at. See, my little son, that man ain't number like 15. This man said he want to stay in a mansion. He want to live in Miami. He want to be in the in crowd. He want to be around, a bunch of people. He want to party. I don't want to do none of that shit. None of it. I just want some good vitamin D. And I don't mean the one that I have, between my legs. I'm talking about vitamin D from the sun. All I need is that vitamin D, man. I'm down here and I'm making decisions like I ain't never made them before. I'm doing things on an unorthodox style. And this is the reason why y'all having problems with me, because you all have assimilated and haven't even attempted to do something outside of your box. You see, when you say some shit like Florida's too expensive, you know what I think about? I think about how, I'll give you an example. Let me think about something that's like mad expensive. The Airbnb was close to $1,000. You know what I did? I didn't start saving up for that shit like last month. You know what I did? I'm not a hoarder. I took a bulk of my children's clothes that they could not wear, whether it was shoes, jackets, shirts, pants, you name it. I took that shit to, I think it was Kid to Kid, one of them places where you could take clothes to, a store or whatever, and get money for it. Why not? And whatever they gave to me at that point in time, if it wasn't nothing like, let's say for example, if it was like 15 jackets and the 15 jackets was worth $15,000, but all I got was $500, I got something out of it, and I put that towards my cause. And there's several different things that I've managed to do, whether it's a job opportunity, as far as like getting paid on paper or under the counter. Non-taxable money, regardless of the fact I'm going to make it happen. This is the problem with people, man. You continue to pattern my life and my lifestyle towards yours. And for that, yeah, you're right. I probably couldn't live in South Florida, excuse me. You're right. You see, the cost of living, regardless of what the cost of living here is in Florida, I have my own cost of living. I have my own budget. I know just exactly how much I'm going to spend per month and throughout the year. And the problem is that a lot of people's priorities are chopped and screwed. Mine are not. You see, I know how to budget. I know how to say to myself, you know what? I'm not going to the movies this weekend. Let alone, I'm not going to the movies to see that shit, period. I'm gonna wait until it hit Netflix or some shit. That's the type of person I am. I'm well disciplined. Well disciplined. I don't eat out every fucking weekend, let alone every day. I eat home cooked meals every day. Damn near every day. It's a lot of expenses that you all have that I don't. So you gotta watch what you say before you pass judgment on somebody that you don't know. I would much rather you been on some shit like, yo man, I don't know where you're going with this, but I do want to say this. I used to live in South Florida. It's a tad bit expensive, blah, 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 blah. But let me tell you something, man. Langston, you are a smart, intelligent individual. And I know that regardless of whatever obstacles get in your way, you're going to fly past through them. That's not what you all wrote. You said, and I ain't going to make, you all said, not everybody, I'm not going to say that. Some of you all said that I'm not gonna make it there, and if I make it there, I'm gonna fail, and all of this negative shit. And for some that are black, yo man, we ain't gotta worry about the white man attacking us anymore. And I know what you're gonna say, well, what happened in Buffalo and this and that and so forth. Let me tell you something. I'm gonna tread real light on that subject. But for the most part, man, you know how many, let me put it to you like this. Rappers brag about how many bodies they catch, caught. And yeah, true indeed, rappers do lie, but we don't know whether they telling the truth or not. That plain and simple. All I'm telling you is that we catching up with them far as us killing ourselves. So stop it with that bullshit. At the end of the day, we are the man in the mirror that kills us, our dreams. We kill our dreams, we kill our aspirations, we kill our goals just based off the lashing of the tongue. Had I really listened to what you all, not you all, excuse me, I'm sorry, I keep on saying that, I apologize. Had I listened to some of what you all said about, you know, me and Florida and Charlotte and this and that and so forth, let me tell you something, and this is real talk. I would have packed my shit up this morning and caught the first flight out of Florida to go back to Charlotte. That plain and simple. But that's not the type of person I am. I don't have a defeatist mentality, and that at the end of the day, it's hard to say, pause, but it's the truth. It's a reality that at the end of the day, black people and just overall people as a whole have assimilated, and we're nothing but do boys and girls. That's all we are. And if they rise the gas prices up to $10 in South Florida, we gonna pay it. Or in Charlotte. That we're not gonna rebel at all. And that's not my nature, my man. By nature, I have a rebellious soul. So whatever everybody else says that I can't do, I'm gonna do it and get it done. That plain and simple, man. That plain and simple. And while in the process this time, I'm gonna think about my health, man. Most times when we make a move, it's always based on a better job. Not so much a better environment. Now I know what you're gonna say. What are you talking about, Langston? I moved out of my place and moved into a better environment, this and that and so forth. I'm talking about a better environment where it's conducive to you as a natural person that came from nature. Let me explain something to you. If I were to pick up right now, right, and say to myself, you know what? Fuck the end of the summer. Fuck the rest of these cities and states that I'm gonna visit to see what they got going on. How about I make a decision right now on where I want to live based on my health? I would definitely choose South Florida. It's hot. I'm getting vitamin D. Pause. I'm talking about vitamin D3 and the magnesium and the calcium all combined together that helps build stronger bones. Do you all think about that when you're moving? Do you all think about, like, wherever I go, you know, aside from demographics, dating, jobs and shit like that, do you all think about, like, wherever I go, how is not the economy gonna be, the fucking ecosystem in this bitch, man? It's obvious you don't. And I know some of you all are gonna be on some shit like, well, you know, Langston, it's people that this fat people down in South Florida and people that are out of shape and this and that and so forth. I don't care about them. I'm more focused on myself. And I'm telling you, this is opportunity out this bitch, man. It's opportunity, man. I've been down here a couple of days and I'm telling you, I'm a disciplined person, but my discipline is off the roof when it comes to South Florida. I'm waking up early as shit. I'm going to the Y. If anybody want to, you know, work out with me that's in Florida, I'm going to, I go to the Hollywood Y. I would go to the one in downtown Florida, I mean, Miami, but I'm not doing that, man. The Hollywood YMCA is right down the street. So I'm getting up early as shit. I'm working out. I mean, I get up fairly early in Charlotte, when I'm in Charlotte. But I'm getting up early as shit. I'm working out. I'm checking out, you know, my environment, you know, different houses and apartments and the grocery stores and the gas stations and just everything. You understand? I'm hitting the beach. I'm eating, no lie, these past few days, I'm probably eating once, maybe twice out of the day. And that's straight up onions and quinoa. That's it. I'm not eating any junk food. I'm not looking at any movies. I'm not listening to music. I'm not sitting around bullshitting. I'm focused. I'm focused on my life, man. Because my life means the most to me. My health, my family, that's what means the most to me. And I know in the past, my decision making when it comes to moving was always based upon how much more or less money that I have in my pocket and how the clubs are. Some shallow shit. Now I'm on some grown adult motherfucking shit. Like, I'm glad that I'm sweating. I know that there are some women as well as men out there that hate the sweat. But when you sweat, you're releasing toxins out of your body. Y'all not hearing me? Because you think you know me, and in reality, you don't. I only give you what I want to give you. That's it. Any other thing is merely made up in your fucking mind. It's only a figment of your imagination, that plain and simple. I am not about to fail, 1. 2, I am not about to make the same mistakes that I made in my past life. I'm not trying to drive down to South Florida with no license plate, no insurance. Well, fictitious license plate, no insurance and no money like I did when I first moved to Charlotte. That's not me anymore. Stop thinking about the past me and think about the present me. Because the present me at this present time is a present to you all. That's real talk. That it's a privilege for you all to take a glimpse of my life. It's a privilege for you all, for me to tell you what's going on in my life. And the only reason why I'm doing it is because I just know it's hard out there. Pause. I know that there's little to no inspiration or motivation going on in this world. And everybody wants to see you lose, not win. That's a harsh reality. That's a harsh reality that we all have to live with. Straight up. And I accept that reality. But at the end of the day, I'm telling you, man, You are not going to push your insecurities on me. You don't know me. You don't know what type of money I make. You don't know what type of money I make online. You don't know nothing about me except for what I tell you. And yes, we have addressed the inflation thing. We have addressed all of this shit that's going on around America, all around America. Is that going to stop you from doing what you're doing? Is that going to stop you? Because if it is, you might as well not take a shit. You might as well take your last shit today. You might as well take your last piss today. And go ahead and do yourself as well as me and everybody else a fucking grand favor. Dig a fucking, not a 6 foot, a 9 foot hole. So you definitely can't get out of that motherfucker. Throw yourself in it and tell somebody to motherfucking put the dirt on your ass. Cause last time I looked in the mirror, I am a living soul. I'm not a fucking robot. And I don't care who's trying to control me or who's somewhat controlling me and all the rest of that shit. If it takes me all my life trying to break free to get maintain some type of freedom in my life, I'm gonna do it. I'm not gonna just lay down like you all have. Excuse me, I'm sorry. Like some of you all have. So yeah, man, stay on the bus. Stay on the bus. That's what I'm trying to tell you, man, because there's a whole trip. And y'all are getting off the first stop, the first bus stop. We got about fucking 500 stops to go. I'm telling you, man, let me tell you something. Social media, at least when you're inspiring and motivating people, it's the best tool to use. And this is what my plans are for both of my channels. The new one is just as well as the old one. It's to inspire and motivate. And after this, I'm done. At the end of the day, if me moving out of Charlotte is not going to cost you anything, if me moving to South Florida, right? I moved down here and I failed 2 months later. If that didn't cost you anything, what the fuck you gotta be for? Just sit down, eat the popcorn, drink you some soda, and shut the fuck up while you're looking at the movie.